Well, Danmachi came back after their week break, and we're here with one of the last few episodes because I think next week they're going to drop the last two episodes, which will end off season five, and we'll get the conclusion to the story and everything and stuff like that as we more than likely wait for a potential, if not a potential season six. We already know that. See, I already know season six is gonna eventually happen. Like, again, typically with me when it comes to these anime or animes in general, if you go to about 5 seasons, unless your source material can cover about maybe 3 seasons based on how much you adapt. Um, if you're like a main big series that, especially being adapted from like a light novel, if you get 5 seasons, you're basically gonna be fully adapted, like legitimately. Like I was telling you, I just got done reviewing my ReZero review, right? Or recording that, right? And I already know, even though it's only 3 seasons in, I already know that shit's gonna get a full adaptation. Full adaptation. I just hope I'm alive, for the rest of my life to see the full adaptation of the story and see how the story ends, right? For ReZero. Because, typically, sometimes these light novels for these shows to be adapted, it takes fucking forever. And ReZero, we know they have these long ass gaps and breaks and everything, right? So you get that, right? You get that. But Danmachi, man, things are not looking good right now, man. Things are not looking good. You have it to where I think his name is Arthur or whatever. The kid freaking the the brother, the big wolf brother, right? And then you have Otari basically in this beast mode, even more powerful after just taking on all these attacks. It's just like, dog, what the hell are these people gonna do, man? And it's gonna be interesting to see how Bell overcomes this, right? But they'll find a way. Clearly, they're gonna have to find a way. But I think the one interesting thing that we find out in this episode is just how much of, the reason why we see why Hedin did what he did, and especially expressing it to the other elf individual, the other elf guy, right? It's kind of this whole thing of like, in a crazy sense. One, we see how we don't see how every familia or Freya familia member was, impacted, but we see like they legitimately all truly care about Freya for their own motives because they want Freya to recognize them. And on top of it, she was there for them in their darkest time of need. Like, the freaking twin brothers, like they were literally being abused by this weirdo dude, right? And basically, because of Freya's influence, they got rid of him, right? She found Otari in basically a slums and basically took care of him. Did the same thing with Hedin, and also even did a nice thing for dude's brother, right? Dude's sister, like she was like destined to die or something, right? And then she's like, look, for my sister's safety, please kick her out of our familia, right? Because that's what I want. And I get she also gave him like this crazy power that at the end of the episode he like just unleashes, and he's just like, oh boy, that's not looking too good there. Oh great. But you just see how much like Freya is impacted him, and you see it to where Hedin is like, listen, it pains me to know that like she found us and she cared for us, and then next thing you know, she turns around and she falls for this dude that's outside her familia, and she sees him as her special somebody. And Hayden like literally screamed out like, no, I want to be her special somebody. I want to free her from the shackles of goddesshood because I want her to realize, you know I care about my goddess, I love my goddess. And her being in love with freaking Belle is making her do these things, right? And it's only hurting her. So I'm gonna do what I can to change that and save her from herself, so then she can be back to the person that we want her to be. It's simple, plain and simple. It's at the end of the day, it's like their whole goal is, they see her as the girl, and even Haida makes mention like, Seer was a nice person, did nothing wrong, and she's troubled by it, right? But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. They're going through the lengths and the bounds to save Freya, and Freya's being stubborn. And even the freaking Freya, some of the Freya familia members clearly can tell, like, she's hurt, she's pained by this, by doing things that she probably doesn't want to do, but she's being forced to do this because she has this mindset, this love and this desire for Belle, and she feels like she needs to do whatever she can with Belle. But it's like that type of love where she believes it's romantically like type of love, but it's not it. It's just kind of like a possessive love. Like, I need to have this. I need to have this for me to be happy. And then if guess what, it's like type of that thing, like you get it, and then guess what, you find out you're actually exactly not happy. Like, it wasn't like, again, I'm still the belief, like, she genuinely, like, Freya's genuinely in love with Belle, but the way her love is very diluted. It's not like actually like good love. It's love of, I want it that bad. I want it just to be for me, me only, and not like a possessive love. It's not like an actually like genuine like love type of thing. It's kind of like, I'm saying I love you because I love all the things you can do and how special you are and everything, right? And that's also too, like, the other Frey familiars are like, and even like you have it with Ultari, because he's like, show me how special you truly are, right? Otherwise you have no you stand no chance of meeting my goddess, right? So that's kind of the thing, you know. And eventually, like, he gets crazy stronger to the point, like, even Mamma Mia is taking damage. But Hedin comes in to kind of make things a little bit difficult, but then he goes to like this beast mode, right? And then he completely just changes the tide of the battle, and add in with the fact that, you know, other dude is doing, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Now, apparently the thing is, Hestia is gonna go with Haruhime to the battlefield where Belle's at fighting against Ochiri. Haruhime is gonna use a level up boost, you know, from, I'm guessing, Mamma Mia, Ryu, and probably Hedin, right? And then while in the meantime, Hestia is going to give, or basically seeming enough, ranking up Belle to get him to the next level, and do basically that. So we could be getting, I think Belle's level 5 currently, so we could potentially be getting level 6 Belle coming up soon. So who knows? Who knows? But next week will be the season finale for season 5, and I'm very intrigued to see what we're going to be getting at. Because correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're the next 2 episodes. I think the next week is the last 2 episodes of the season. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe next week we get the last 2 episodes of the season. So this time I'll make sure to watch the first episode of the batch of 2 before watching the second one. I think I'll easily be able to tell what's going on this time. But another great Danmachi episode. Definitely can't wait to see where this is gonna go. Definitely can't wait to see how the battle of Ochiri ends and when Belle eventually confronts Freya, right? So yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Catch you guys on the next video. Until then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day or your night or channel or whenever you're checking out this video. Until then, guys, peace.